today I'm going to be talking more about my adventure, my preparation in going to Bible college this fall. And that's one part of this channel that I want to incorporate on a regular basis, as it's something that I think probably most people in their 30s and up probably don't think about, but you know, it has a lot of benefits and it's actually a pretty cool thing to do. But right now I'm actually in Florida. I was in Tennessee the last couple months actually. In my last video I went to a Flashpoint event in Nashville and I got to see Hank Kuhneman and Lance Wallnau and Riley Gaines, who was the swimmer who was swimming against Leah Thompson, and they tied, and a lot of things happened with that. So that was a really cool thing to see. So I'll link that video, I think, over here, so you can check that out. But in today's video, I'm going to be focusing on talking about moving from Florida to Colorado. But actually I have been living in the last 13 years, mostly probably 60-70% of the time in Florida, and probably like 20-30% of the time, more or less, in Tennessee. And a little while I did live in Mexico, and a little while I did live in Spain teaching English. But in this video I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about my move, and I'm kind of packing up stuff here in Florida and getting ready to go. But I'm also going to share things like, you know, kind of why I decided to leave Florida and move to Colorado, which was never on my list of things to do. Like, I'm definitely a beach person, not really a mountains person, not really a high altitude person. So this is going to be a new adventure for me for many different reasons. So you can see my view right here, right out my window. Got a palm tree, and actually there's usually a bunch of iguanas in the yard, but I don't know if there are any out there right now. Normally I don't like to do this, but I will show the situation in my room right now. I am actually pulling everything out of the closet, out of the cabinets, out of my dresser, and trying to put it all out to figure out what things I want to take with me. Alright, so here we are in my room. Current situation. I was standing there in front of the window a minute ago. Got some things here, just like shoes, backpack, and a few bags. And then over here, that's my bed. My little bed. Over here I have 2 suitcases with clothes and books, and this Karis backpack actually has most of my like photography and videography gear. I have another bigger camera and just, you know, bathroom stuff, shoes, things like that. I also have this Healing Scriptures poster board I made a few years ago. Just, you know, just to keep in front of my eyes the importance of. And I also have these scriptures here, some of my faves, you know, Philippians 4:6, Proverbs, Ephesians, a couple of my faves right there. Alright, so I'm going to tell you a little bit why I moved here to Florida in 2010 to South Florida. I'm specifically talking about Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. I moved here in 2010 to live with my grandmother. Before that, I graduated from college in 2007, and then I moved to Spain for about two and a half years, something like that. And then at the end of 2009, beginning of 2010 is when I came here. And after living in Spain, I learned Spanish. I enjoyed that kind of culture, and I said, hey, I'm going to come to South Florida, where I know they have a lot of Spanish speakers, and look for a job to teach ESL, or English as a second language, here in Florida. So I worked a lot of places teaching English between 2010 and 2016, on and off, and I did go to Mexico during that time, and Spain for a little bit during that time. Just traveling around, traveling abroad, and I had a whole bunch of different jobs here as well. And I would say those years here, I was about 25 to 30, early 30s, and those are definitely the funnest years. Between 2010 and like 2015, I think, were the most fun. I had a lot of friends, I met a lot of people, so it was really enjoyable. But as I got into my early 30s, I went to Spain when I was 31, came back, and that was I came back at the beginning of 2017, and I really kind of wasn't sure what direction I wanted to go. And then I did have some health issues, so I moved back to Tennessee for a couple of years, and I've been back and forth ever since. I did come back here last fall of 2022, and when I started feeling better, and but it still just didn't feel like this was the right place for me anymore. And like many people in the last 2 or 3 years, I got to thinking, like, what direction is my life going? What kind of friends do I want to spend time with? What kind of career do I really want to focus on? Do I want to focus on family and things like that? I really started thinking about these things more. I started doing more Bible study. I came across Charis Bible studies on YouTube, and they have them every day of the week, weekdays, and I just really started to enjoy watching those, and I just started to learn about Charis that way too, and I eventually came to the conclusion that, you know what, that's something that I really want to do. So I came outside just to take a look. There's actually a big storm brewing back there, if you can see. And one thing I will miss about Florida is I do like the afternoon thunderstorms. They actually really cool things off. And you can see some of those interesting cloud formations. Actually pretty cool. And then over here it's a little bit darker. And I forgot to point out my Colorado hat. I actually bought this a while ago, maybe like almost a year ago, and I thought I'd bring it out today in honor of my moving preparations. I like it. So when you come out into the back part of the house, a lot of neighborhoods have alleys behind the houses. It's not like a real road, it's just where the trash man goes. Here's the other side. This is the other side of the street. And it kind of just goes out to the main road right here. The sun is trying to peek through a little bit before this storm comes, I can tell. It's trying to still be sunny, but it'll probably be mostly cloudy in the next 10-15 minutes, I'd say. Only thing I don't love is this nasty pole right here. This is just, ugh. Do not like that. Wish it was underground. But it is what it is. This is an old neighborhood. These houses were built probably back in the early 60s, mid 60s probably. So I'm just walking down the street in my neighborhood, and I was just thinking about a few things that I won't be missing, and that's probably definitely the traffic. Oh, look, Mom's over here talking. Mom's laughing at me. Oh, Mom's found a little buddy. Look, I caught one. I caught a little iguana right there. I didn't notice him. I've been out here for like 5 minutes and I didn't notice him. Oh. So I'm just taking a little walk here in the neighborhood, and I was thinking about some things. I'm looking forward to moving to Colorado, and it's going to be way different than here. I'm at sea level right now, and I'm moving to 8,500 feet above sea level near Pikes Peak. And I kind of feel like it's like the wild, wild west out there. I actually started getting interested in wearing turquoise and Western wear and all that sort of thing. I think it's gonna be a fun adventure, totally outside of whatever I'm used to. I'm used to the beach, like Latin culture, you know, palm trees, things like that, but now I'm going for the mountains, and well, I like the Adobe style architecture out west. Of course it's not all like that, but I really like that. I like the New Mexico desert vibes and those sort of things. So it's gonna be a whole new adventure in Colorado. Getting ready. My last night in Hollywood in Florida, And tomorrow we'll be beginning our road trip back to Tennessee, where it'll probably take us about 2 days to do that, and then we'll probably be in Tennessee like 2 weeks. And the first week of June I plan on heading out to Colorado. But overall, I can say I'm definitely not sad to leave Hollywood. I'm super excited for the next chapter, going to Colorado and just, you know, having something new to look forward to. Sometimes we just need a change of scenery and a new adventure to keep things fun and interesting in life. We're only 1 minute out from Buc-ee's exit. Alright, so I made it to Buc-ee's. I made it inside of Buc-ee's, and what I can say that the people are super friendly here. You can find anybody here. You know, your friends, your grandma, Uncle Billy, everybody.